So they're experiencing network issues in our office. That's why it's becoming a bit of a challenge. So the video tab will help you to change the value so that if you're doing remote monitoring, maybe you have added the video to your mobile phone and it's consuming bandwidth, it's slow, and reduce these parameters to fit that. And maybe you have connected the automatic door opening and closing. So how do you control the time at which the door is open? So the total number of time. So you go to the access control tab, then you go to local. So the unlock interval means the unlock time, which unlock responding interval, it means that how long will it take before you can also do unlocking again. Well, unlock period, it means that how long will the VTO, how long will the VTO remain unlocked? That is normal at a normal open state. So you can increase the values here based on your application scenario. Also door type, you can change the values here. So other settings include time settings. So you can do time settings for the system. And for time settings, you need to set it because you need to ensure that you're using the correct time zone and those time parameters. So it's something that you need to factor in when doing configuration in your system. So basically time settings. And if you're going to do integration of third-party system, you can enable CGI, and also mobile push service for notification in your mobile phone. So next, I'm going to after the local settings we have now. To the local, we have the household settings tab. So the household settings for the list. For the first tab will tell you the VTO management. So if you have multiple VTOs in your network, you can do management at this point here. So maybe you have one VTO for one gate, another VTO. So you need to put the IP address of the VTO, username and password for that VTO and the record number. So the same information like this. So, and also if you are going to have multiple VTO configuration in your system, ensure the VTO number is different because the number will be used as an ID in the network. The same way we are using 9901 as ID for the VTH, one of the VTH, 9901 #0 for the other VTH. We have for this VTO is 8001. So if you have another VTO in the network, ensure the room number is maybe, or the VTO number is 8002 or any other value apart from this, so that you avoid conflict and ensure device communicates good in the network. Next, we have the room number management. So by default, if you reset the device, initialize it, the room numbers by default come like this. That's why we didn't need to have to add the VTH into the VTO. We just initialized the device, set the SIP server, and it was working because the room numbers by default were already added into this platform. So if you have custom room numbers, maybe you decide on yourself to configure your numbers in a different way. Maybe you want to have your VTH room numbers like 1 #0, 1 #2, 2 #0, 2 #2, etc. You can set the room numbers here, and you can see all it supports even up to 10 VTH. I think you can add more. So you can call room number 1#. And maybe something else, you might want to give people cards. So you might want people to be having the access cards into the system. So how do you do that? On the web interface of the VTO, after adding the room number, you click the issue card. So maybe it's 0. You click issue card, then you swipe the card on the VTO If you swipe the card on the video, the card will be red here because it's having a countdown here. You can see there's a countdown here. Maybe you can issue also card from the room number, existing room numbers. Just edit, then click issue card. So the next thing from the list, we have the VTS management. So VTS comes in handy when you're going to do configuration for the apartment, and it's that the soldier station, that is, or the security station, that big screen. And then the other menu is the status. So the status means status will mean the devices that are online. That is, any device that appears in this status here can communicate to each other. For at this point, you can see I have 8001. So this one is the SIP ID, and the status is online. So this is the VTO. We have 9901, and it's online. This one of the VTH. So basically, if the device become online here, it means they can communicate with each other. Apart from that, just go to the network. So maybe you're for troubleshooting purposes. Let me just talk about SIP server. So for the SIP server, if on the SIP server menu, if a device is enabled like this, SIP server is enabled, it means that this particular device will act as a server, or it will enable devices to communicate. So if you had multiple VTO in your network, you need to disable this SIP server. So you disable this SIP server, enter the IP address for that, the main VTO. So if the main VTO will be this VTO which has the SIP server enabled. So in any particular communication in the network, one of the device at least must be a server for the communication, for device to communicate. So either as VTO will be a server, DSS Express will be a server, and maybe you have even third-party systems acting as servers. So if you have a third-party system that can do SIP management, you can set the information here. We have Zico, Asterix, then Dahua. The first two are Dahuas, the others are third-party systems. So by theory, it means you can use any third-party SIP server to intercommunicate with the Dahua SIP system, because SIP is basically a standard protocol for intercommunicating device. So for log management, maybe the network side. And remember, let me just talk about a bit of information. So there was this information here. So remember when we were configuring the VTH, we had we created a SIP domain as VDP, then admin, the password as admin. So this information here needs to match with the. So the information there needs to match with this configuration here. So apart from the server IP, because we're already at the server. So this information needs to be able to match with the information on the web page of the video intercom. So let me talk a bit also about maybe P2P. How do you do P2P? So you sometimes the clients tell you that they want to do monitoring on their mobile phones. So just like adding cameras, you need to get the serial number for the device, go to web interface, go to network settings, then set the P2P settings here. So I've not connected this device to internet, that's why it's offline. And you need to scan this code so that it can pick. So regarding video intercom, that is a basic configuration for a scenario for one VTO and one VTO and maybe multiple VTH. So I don't know if anyone has a question regarding any question or something that's not clear, so that I can expand. So you can unmute yourself and you can talk. I've enabled you guys to unmute yourselves. So also, if you are stuck at site, maybe you're trying to do configuration and you're still facing problem, feel free to contact us. We'll try to help you either remotely or even do a session with any desk, etc. So let me just show you about a bit of a product for the villa. So maybe for your own free time, if you need to check our products, so you can go. So where are you getting the SIP server .111 on VTO from? So let me just open the screen. So the VTO is acting as a SIP server. So that where are you getting the SIP server .111 from? So by default, if I reset the device, this information will come by default like this. So I've not set any number, but basically, if I just select this SIP server enabled, it means this device will act as a server. And the information here, you see it's grayed out, meaning it's of not much importance with regard to this device. So this one is not does not influence the configuration. You can even set it to 72. Let's set 72 and it still will work. But by default, so if you reset device and by default the number will be like this. So, but it's usually just good to point it at a different IP address from the device, and then use it like this. So, if you want to change it, maybe information and set this one as admin for security for a different password, you can set it and return to enable, because you need to ensure that the device is set as the server. So maybe if you had another VTO in a network, like you have multiple VTO in your network, the outdoor station, and one of them is the server. So the other one is a slave, means that the server, in the slave side, the server option will be disabled. Now you point it to now the main server. So I hope it's understandable from theoretical point. So today I was just going to do basic configuration for a single VTO with a single multiple VTH. So I hope that your question is answered by that. Any other question? You can get in the chat section. Answered, okay. And I think for those of us who are doing system integration, or maybe are interacting with multiple systems, what you can do, you can try using Yearlink system to try if you can do SIP system with your link system and our VTH. You can try to integrating third party. I think it's good for practical side. So let me just talk about some of the products. So on our website, go to product selector with regarding to the Villa scenario. So if you're going to product selector, you can go to so if you're going to product selector, so you can go to video intercoms. You want to join WhatsApp? You can text me if you want to join WhatsApp group. Text me on text me on that number, then I'll add you to the groups. So if you go to the video intercoms, then you can just a bit of time before the website loads. So from the video intercom, you can select any design. So I told you we have quite a number of products, but because today's training was more of technical, it was not on pre-sales, on the sales-oriented side. You can check we have even different designs. You can see from this series for the analog series. So different design for different scenarios. We have even others that have even up to 5 buttons. So we have VTOs that have up to 5 buttons for Villa. So that is in case you have an installation site where you're having, let's say, 2, maybe 5 apartments are sharing one gate, and you need each apartment to be called separately. Not if you press a button, it calls all of them. So we have such kind of VTO which can be used for such scenario. So that if you have the VTO has 5 buttons, you press one button, maybe it goes to Villa 1, it goes to Villa 2, which are totally independent, and it's a cheap solution for the same. Also, again, if you have a request for quotation, requests for products, you can just contact me. WhatsApp will see how you can help you, or via email. So unless there's any other question, or maybe concern, or maybe something to be repeated, we're going to end today's training at this point. So, and in the afternoon, we are going to have another training in the office. That is for those of us who will be able to come to Dahua offices in Mitsumi. So that's all for today. So you can have a nice day. We'll meet on I think on next week. So next week on that
Hello, Sheldon.
Yes.
I want one question.
Sorry.
I want one question to ask
Yes.
you. I want to install one more apartment.
In apartment.
I have more apartment. One building, more apartment.
Yes.
So I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have one VTO
50
flat screen.
Okay. So can you send me the requirements in WhatsApp? So just send me a message in that number that I've sent, because I think your concern is about maybe quotation or something like that, or maybe product recommendation, because today's training was about video intercom for Villa, just that Villa scenario. If you want for apartment, you're going to do a training for apartment, which will be another day. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for apartment, we're going to do it on date 18. Then you're going to talk about that. That's where you're having maybe how many flats, which devices to use, so such configuration. Yes. So you can reach out. You can reach me on WhatsApp. Then we'll. I'll take to you. I'll tell you more about that one. So I think we'll end our training for today there, and you can check the schedule that I shared on WhatsApp for training. And if you need a specified training, or maybe you have your team or your company that needs training, you can use that schedule to contact us, so they can arrange the same. We are free from dates 14, 17, 21, and 28. And check on those dates. So you guys can have a nice weekend. If you don't, there's no any other question.